Hey, thanks for joining us today. I would love for you to please type in the chat box that you can hear and see the screen, okay? Just type in the chat box if you don't mind that you can hear me and see the screen. That way I know everything is working as it should. Great. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Okay, good. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a minute. But I'm really glad that you folks have showed up for this. This is, I think, going to be an important little training for you. And as we get going through it, we're going to have a little interaction and some conversation as we get started. So if you are prepared and you're ready to take some notes and really pay attention to this, we will jump right in here and get started. Let me go ahead and get everything set up here to make sure Jen's on, so she will handle any questions or anything in the background that we have going on. So let's see, Jennifer, we're all set here. We're ready to record and ready to get started, right?
Yeah, I think we're all good to go. Well, actually, we're already recording, so we
Okay,
are
good.
good to go.
All right, great. So here we go. Hey, this is David Perdue from MyNAMS.com, Novice to Advanced Marketing System, and I am so excited to have you people here today to go through the simple formula that anyone can follow to add $18,000 to your bank account this year. So 18,000, why did I come up with that number? It's not a lot of money, right? You can't live on $18,000, but you can impact your life. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this as we go. And I wanted to make sure that we presented something that is doable for people. If you've made no money online so far, $18,000 would be a pretty good first start, right? So what we want to do is teach you how to get started making money online and then jump right into this. So be patient, and we're going to get started right away here. And let's just go to the next slide because I've got a little housekeeping to do. First, don't panic. If you have a tech issue, which happens occasionally, just log back in and you'll be good to go. You just have to close your window and log back in and everything will be great. The second thing is this won't be like other presentations. We'll spend about 60 minutes getting through some real training that will help you move forward. And the third is we will have questions at the end of this entire thing, but please type your questions in the chat box when you have them. And also when I ask you a question, please give me a response so that I know that I still got you and that we're making sense and that you understand where we are so far. Now, let me just say this one more thing before we move off this page. I get kind of excited and I talk a little fast sometimes when I get kind of excited. So I will try to slow down and I'll try to enunciate very well, make sure that I don't mumble. If I'm going too fast or if I get too excited that you can't really understand what I'm saying, please tell me that in the chat box, and Jennifer will pound me on the head. Jennifer's here with me to help answer the questions in the background and make sure everybody's got what they need. So just so that you understand that moving forward. All right, so the first disclaimer is what I'm about to share with you is from my own personal experience, my own results. My work ethic produced these results, and I cannot guarantee the same for you because I don't know your work ethic. Now, if you know me already, and if you've been around for a little while, you know that we do a lot. We work a lot, and I like that. Don't be shy. There will be times where I ask you a question, and I want to check to see if you're understanding the information. You can best help me by responding in the chat area and interacting when I ask you to. This makes me feel great too, but it also helps me understand that we're on the right path with you. So I really do appreciate that interaction. The next thing is our agenda. We're going to cover the real reason why so many people fail online, and it's not what you think. We're going to cover the 3 keys to creating a real online income to build the life of your dreams. Now we're going to talk about your dreams. Your dreams may be all over the place, and we're going to talk about why that's okay. So let's get into this a little bit when we get to the dream section. How to hit your income goals and get free now. So there's a very specific process for creating income goals, hitting those income goals, and that's what we're going to do today. So here's my promise. By the time you leave this training, you'll know exactly what it takes to hit every single one of your income goals this year, guaranteed. So who am I? David Perdue, and I'm the CEO and president and the chief bottle washer at M.A.M.S, which is the Novice to Advanced marketing system. I've been doing this for a long time, 15 years now, and we have had the MyNAMS Insiders Club and the Novice to Advanced Marketing System for 10 years now. We're celebrating 10 years this year, and that is a testament to our longevity and to our teaching style and to the community that we've built, and I'm really excited about that. Now, I'm a former journalist and a former consultant. I worked in the newspaper business for almost 18 years, and I worked in the consulting world for almost 15 years after that. I've done over $1 million in sales and marketing. We've done practically $2 million in sales and marketing. And I've been very happy, very successful in the online world, and we do what I think is high quality work. That's one of the things that I really like to, well, I'm very proud of, is that the quality of the work that we do is very high value, high integrity. So we're going to move down that path and keep this going. So the real question, of course, is how can I help you financially achieve your online freedom and success? So I can do that. I can help you. I've helped a lot of people, and I'm really excited to help anybody that we can. So yeah, the answer is yes. And I'm going to show you some of the folks that we've worked with here. Kathy Demers is one of our online coaches. She's one of the people that worked in our training system. She's an instructor with the M.A.M.S system. And she says, after putting in place a lot of the systems and automation we talk about in the Insiders Club, I've actually tripled my time off while making more money. That's worth a lot to me. I saw some pictures this weekend of Kathy and her husband and niece on their boat off the shores of Vancouver. They love to salmon fish, and Kathy spends a lot of time this time of year on her boat, and she's able to do that because of a lot of the systems that she's put in place. David Baer, who came to us a few years ago after a really rough experience in an offline business, says before NAMS there was no passive income. This year, I would say about $90,000 was in passive revenue. That's in a year. And when I started the Affiliate Marketing Challenge inside the Insiders Club, I made sales almost immediately. Lou Borton, you may know Lou. Lou is a online video coach and consultant, and he says, my results since MyNAMS has been huge. If it wasn't for those relationships he's made in the Insiders Club and in the NAMS community, I really wouldn't probably have a business. I can count on one hand the people from NAMS that are key to my business. I tell you, these kind of things that people say about our training and our company and our community really just warm my heart. This is the kind of thing that we love to do, is help people be successful. So I've been very fortunate to have a true lifestyle freedom business. It's very exciting for me to do this, but my biggest dream is to help as many other people as possible achieve this too. So I'm going to share with you how these 3 keys later today can help you have the life you want, because this is what it's done for me. So if you really are someone who wants to live the life of your dreams, and we'll talk more about what your dreams are, put a big yes in the chat box. I want to make sure that we're still talking to the same folks, and I'm getting across what we want to discuss today. So type yes in the chat box if you're here with me so far. Okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. All right. So let's move on then. When you commit and say yes and become willing to do whatever it takes, your life will change. That's just a fact. There's a movie that I love that's called Body Heat, and one of the themes throughout is doing whatever it takes. Now, it's for nefarious results, but I love the idea of doing whatever it takes, ethically, legally, and with your customer base, your community in mind. You do whatever it takes to help those people, and that's really what we try to do around here. And so we're going to encourage you to say yes and become willing to do whatever it takes so that you can change and accomplish what you want to accomplish. I know this because I'm an example of that. So let me just tell you, I had to walk through hell to get here. I had failed, but I didn't know why really. I just knew that things were not going the way I wanted to, and I didn't have the systems in place to understand it. In a minute, I'll tell you why most people never recover from failure. But first, here's the story of how I did it. In 1995, I was on a medical mission on a remote Peruvian mountaintop. That sounds pretty cool, and it was, but it was after I had sold my business at a loss just to get out of it. And I made this trip figuring that I had to figure out what the next part of my life was about and to get a little perspective on that business loss. I thought the worst was really over, but it wasn't. It was just starting. When we got back to civilization, I called Atlanta and told my wife then how amazing the trip had been, how spiritually uplifting it had been. And she surprised me by telling me that she wanted a divorce. I was in Peru on a mountaintop where I had just gotten back to electricity, civilization, and a phone, and that was the news that I got when I called home from Peru. She wanted a divorce. So within 60 minutes of arriving home, I was on the street for 3 months, bouncing from friend's couch to cousin's spare bed. And that's the way I lived until I figured out what was next. I left the marriage with $256,000 in unsecured debt, no assets, and she had $16 million. Now, that is neither here nor there, but I had a huge amount of debt and $11 in my pocket. And so that was where I was starting from. Everything I owned was in the back of my 1995 Ford Explorer parked on the street. Hurricane Opal rolled through Midtown Atlanta and dropped a giant oak tree on my car as I watched from the porch, and it crushed it. Everything I owned was in that truck, and so it crushed it as I watched. With that $11 in my pocket, all that debt and no possessions, I had to dig myself out of a very, very deep hole. And it took me several years, but I was committed to paying it all off, and I did. So I reinvented myself. I got a new relationship, a new life, a new attitude, and a new business. In 2003, now this is not that long after that disaster in my life, I took a year off and built my home in the forest on 95 acres with 4 streams and a 60-foot waterfall. That's my wife, that's our house on the hill, and we have a lake behind me as I'm taking that picture. And so that has become one of my dreams. It was always one of my dreams. But after I finished that house, I went back to work flying between 3 offices, Atlanta, Dallas, and Seattle. Now that's quite a bus route. I flew from Atlanta, Dallas, and Seattle, sometimes in 1 week. And I had places that I worked in each of those, an office in each of those, as I was a top-level consultant with a big company. And I became that guy who worked in a cubicle 10 to 12 hours a day in different cities, for someone else while they built their dreams. And all I was doing was helping people fulfill their desires with their company, earn their bonuses, do whatever they wanted. But I felt stuck. Even though I was an independent consultant, my own business, I was traveling all the time and completely tethered to my hours for dollars billing. If I wasn't working, I didn't get paid. So I worked a lot. And finally, I said, I want more. I wanted more control over my life. And I think a lot of people resonate with that. Control over your life is something that we all look for in an online business. So for 6 years, I left on Sunday night and I came home on Thursday night, racking up about 500,000 frequent flyer miles and making a boatload of money. But I gave it all up because it wasn't worth it. The life of my dreams was not on an airplane or in hotel rooms. Living and working with freedom and flexibility was my constant focus. That's what I wanted. Freedom to be with my family, freedom to work where I wanted and when I wanted, freedom to spend more time with our elderly parents. That's my wife's 97-year-old mother right there. This picture was just earlier this year. So we're blessed to have a very healthy mother. That's my dad and my mother and my wife there. And I'm going to tell you a story about this a little bit later. But that has become a big part of my life. So freedom to travel with my wife frequently is a big one for me. We like to go places and we like to do things and have fun together. But mostly I like to enjoy my log house in the woods that I built with my own 2 hands. And I was not doing that. So how did I do that and how can you? That's what we're talking about today. Notice I didn't show you mansions that I owned. I didn't show you Lamborghinis in the driveway. I didn't show you stacks of cash in the bank vault. That's not important to me. What is important to me, And you've already seen this. I care most about family, but I didn't always know what was most important to me. What you'll discover today is how I followed a precise roadmap that allowed me to discover what was most important to me and how to get it. That's my goal for you today. So first, let's define your dream. You may not want or need 10K a month right now. Maybe your dream is to add $500 a month consistently so that you can make a house payment, or maybe a car payment, or just put it in the savings for later for something else that you want to use it for. Your dream right now is to replace, could be to replace your current monthly income so you can leave a job and support your ailing parents. That's one of the things that was a benefit of what I was doing, but I didn't know that really. The thing is, your dream's going to change, and I'm going to show you how my dreams have changed over the years as well. As you enter different stages of your life, things happen, right? Things happen, and you have to adjust. Today, your dream might be something other than what I have laid out here in front of you. So if you would, type in your chat box, what would really help you today? What's the most important thing today, and how much money would really help you move in the direction that you want to go? So type it in the chat box here, and let's talk about it a little bit. So travel, paying off debt, retirement, sending kids to college. What is the thing that you want most from your online business, your extra world today? So Tom says $10,000 a month, $10,000 a month for your living, peace of mind. Let's see, what else have we got here? Somebody says they'd like to travel more. Somebody wants another $1,000 so that you can make a house payment. That's great. Saving for a college future, that's awesome. So that's something that you want to do as well. That's really important because you want to make sure that you got the money coming in later. So let's see what we've got here. I bet that I know a little something about you. I bet you're ready to create that life of your dreams too. So if that's so, just say yes in the chat box. If you're ready to really dig in and create that life of your dreams, say yes. Okay, that's great. Everybody is. Great. Getting lots of yeses here. Good. So what I want you to really recognize first is that your dream is your dream. It's not my dream. My dream is 100,000 a month right now. We're close, and I want to hit that and then move on to the next dream. Your dream could be $1,000 a month. In fact, somebody said their dream's $1,000 a month. Your dream might be to be able to I don't know, go away every weekend with your husband or your wife, and that would be, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, and that's going to take another $500 a month. So, you know, it's really important to understand what your dream is, and we're going to make sure that we get to that. So I'm really glad you guys are after it here. Nothing is more frustrating than being ready, but not knowing what the first step is. You may be there. So that's where I was 15 years ago too. I was ready to take that first step, but I didn't know what it was. And that's what we're going to talk about. So with so many choices and decisions, how can you be sure you're headed in the right direction? I mean, there's a lot to choose from out there. This is called analysis paralysis. You hear so many people who are telling you to do one thing, try one thing, and then another, and find that they haven't really made, you haven't, the person on that's hearing all of this, that you haven't made any progress at all. You're still stuck, still where you are, still where you started. And that gets incredibly frustrating. So let's talk about why it seems so hard. Really smart people like you are failing every day to get their business going. You know, 90% of the people who try to make money online end up failing miserably. In fact, most people will say it's more like 95%. The internet is littered with failed blogs, products, opportunities, and more. And the obvious question is, why is that? Because after all, with so much technology and information available today to us, how is it possible that anyone could fail in trying to create an online income? I mean, all of the information is out there. You know, you can pay $10,000 a month for a private coach, but They're going to give you information that you could access on YouTube, or that you can get from other people, or you can get from talking to somebody, but there's obviously something missing. It's not just having access to the information. We know that since information is everywhere online, it can't be that people don't have access to the necessary information. We're overrun with information. In fact, the same amount of content that's been created over a 2,000-year period is now created every 48 hours on the internet. Can you believe that? That's amazing. Let that sink in for just a moment. 2,000 years worth of content is being created every 48 hours on the internet. No wonder we're feeling a little stressed and behind. We're really only at the beginning of this tsunami of information overwhelm, and that is a real thing. Just because you get access to information doesn't mean you have the right access to the right information. So, even if you have access to the information, you may not understand it or know how to execute it. Too many people think because they bought an ebook or watched a couple of videos, they know the information. But trust me, you don't truly know it until you start applying it and practicing it. But even that isn't the answer. So what's the real problem here? The real issue is having the right information and knowing how to execute it in the right sequence. That's wisdom. But getting that wisdom in today's digital age is hard. With tons of digital distractions, jobs, kids, bills, all of that, you still have to find the time to focus on building a sustainable online business. And doing this on your own can take years to accomplish if you figure out the right sequence of information. And that is a trial and error process. And I will tell you, I tried the trial and error and it did not work out so well. The real question is, how do you gain wisdom with the least amount of pain? So would you like for someone to show you the way, to show you the process, to show you the step-by-step roadmap that we were talking about? Type yes in the chat box. I want to make sure you're still here and you want this. So type yes in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seeing some folks type yes in here. That's great. All right. So 3 keys to creating a real online income to build the life of your dreams. Key number 1 is mindset. Now, when people say, oh, you've got to work on your mindset, my first reaction is no, please, not mindset. But nobody likes to hear the truth. I don't either, because your mindset always determines your success. Whenever there's a problem, there's a saying that I love. And the saying that I love most often is, if I'm not the problem, there is no solution. So my mindset has to always be the thing that causes me the problem. Most often, we're our own worst enemies. So we must tackle mindset first, because it's the hardest thing for most people when it comes to succeeding. You constantly need to work at this. This is not a one-time deal. I work at it every day. I start the morning off doing mindset training, and then I move through the day. For example, you may have been conditioned to think as an employee with a 2-week paycheck mentality. I know I was, and I didn't want to be that, but it's the way I was raised. My dad was 45 years with the same company, and we were always scrambling for money. But that mindset doesn't work for online business people. It's a mindset mistake that has to be corrected. Your mindset now should be thinking in terms of creating daily income that grows without more effort from you. We call this doing the work once and getting paid forever. You want to write that down. Doing the work once and getting paid forever. If everything that you do isn't helping you get paid more frequently on what you were just doing on that effort over and over, then you're not doing the right thing. So we want to make sure we're focused on doing the work once and getting paid forever. And most of all, you must smash the thought of trading time for money. To do that, you will have to get very clear on what you want. Your primary job is to figure out where you're going and how to get there. This is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is one of the great mindset trainers of all time. And he said you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And we do a lot of, what is it when your GPS, you make a wrong turn, the GPS says recalculating? That's what we do. Everybody who's successful online that I know of does a lot of recalculating, changing the direction overnight. At MAMS, we believe you have to get clear in 5 areas of your life. You can see this: business, relationships, health, well-being, and money. Notice it's not what you would think is all business related here. We've only got one of those, it's business. One of them is money, one's relationship, one's health, and one's well-being. All of those make you a whole, happy person. Now, we tackle those individually and one at a time to help you become a whole, healthy person, because business should be making you happy. It shouldn't be making you stressful. One of those areas is money. That causes a lot of stress for a lot of people. We'll look at setting a clear money goal today and how we do that at MAMS. The other things there make life worth living, so you don't want to overlook those either. That's an important concept, and we teach that in our MAMS system. So after this exercise, you'll know exactly what your next step is to earn as much money as you want. So now I want you to write some things down here. Put your answer in the chat. No one can see this but me, and I'm not telling, so it's okay. How much money are you making online each month today? How much money are you making online each month today? 0? That's okay. That's where I started. $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. It's okay. Just tell us what you are making online today, and we will get to that spot where we want to help you make more. So here's a couple of zeros. There's a 20, $20, and I see 1,000. Okay, we've got some people from all different levels here. That's great. All right, so next question. Also input this answer in your chat box. What is your monthly income goal in the next 12 months? What would you like to make a month in the next 12 months? Be real. This is not what you can get by on, and not a pie in the sky number, but a number that will impact your life by the end of the year, that 12 months, big or small. What is the income that you would like to do on a monthly basis that's a real number? Okay, I see 4,000, 3,000, 500, 1,500, ooh, 20,000. Awesome. Big dreamer. Okay, good. All right, so let's take a look. Some of you got big, really big goals, and some very modest, and that's okay. Let's look at 2 examples. $1,500 a month is an achievable number. 1,500 times 12 is 18K per year. Remember, we're talking about $18,000 per year in this, just as an example. So if you take $1,500 a month and divide it by 30, you're going to get $50 a day. $50 a day doesn't seem like a lot of money. That's not out of reach. $18,000 starts to make a difference. So if you can make $50 a day, how does $18,000 in 1 year impact your daily life? Tell me what you would do with $18,000. If you got it right now, one lump sum, what would you do with $18,000? Type in the chat box how $18,000 would impact your life today. Would you buy a car? Almost. You might almost buy a car with $18,000. Remodel a family room. That's nice. Reinvest in marketing. That's a businessman right there. Put the earnings back into your into marketing and grow those numbers. Those are some good ideas. Those are some good, and there's a lot of other ones coming in here. And I want to make sure that you understand that it's really important to not just talk about numbers, but talk about what the money does for you. We're really going to focus on that a lot later. So $50 a day is a good thing. Now, how do we make that happen? Okay, so if you're at 0 and you need $50 a day, what are you going to do to get that $50 a day? You can get a second job. I know a lot of people who are driving Uber, and they're making that extra money. So that's one way of doing it. It's time for travel. It's time for dollars. It is travel. It's time for dollars. They're selling products on Amazon. A lot of people are wholesaling and retailing on Amazon, making some pretty good money there. That's getting harder and harder to do. Promote other people's products as an affiliate. That's an easier way to do and to build with that do the work once, get paid forever. Could write an ebook and sell it. That was my first product, writing an ebook and selling it. Create a course or membership. You have to figure out what your expertise is and create that course or membership so that you can continue driving members into your system and building your base. In other words, we don't know what to do. There are a lot of options right there. So none of those really helped you move forward. All they were possibilities. So we try to do everything or nothing often. And most often people end up doing nothing. So we need to ask some qualifying questions to figure out what's the right answer for you. How much is your time worth? How fast do you need the money? What kind of experience do you have? Do you have a list already? Do you have a website already? Do you want to trade time for dollars? Some people make a lot of money as consultants. I did, but I did not. I didn't want to do that forever, so I wanted out of that and into this, where I could do the work once and have more control over my life. So I was not willing to trade time for dollars. What's your risk level? That's a really good question you have to evaluate for yourself. If your risk level is very low, you're going to want to be very conservative in your growth plan. If your risk level is very high, you still want to be cautious because you don't want to be dumb about taking risks, but you have a little bit of a more tolerance for it, okay? Here's an example of how these answers help point the way. This is a fictional example, obviously. Jay needs $18,000 in August of next year to pay the tuition for the son's first year of college, but he's already working 10 to 12 hours a day at his corporate job. He'll retire in 8 years and needs to keep his job until then, but he's not willing to take a second job or trade his time for dollars because he needs more flexibility and he wants to travel and do all those kind of things when he's retired. So he's building for the future. He doesn't have a list, doesn't have a website. Now, I want to tell you, this is not far from the truth for a lot of people. I was actually talking to somebody on Facebook Messenger not long ago that is a big time affiliate marketer. And I thought, you know, this guy makes a ton of money because I see him on leaderboards everywhere. And what is he doing with affiliate marketing and how is he making so much money and all of that? Well, when I talked to him, I found out he still has a day job. So he's keeping his day job and he retires in 2 years from his day job because he gets great benefits from his day job. And he didn't want to leave it. And I completely understand that. And in fact, I tell a lot of people these days, if you've got a good job, we've got a private coaching client right now that has a really good job and she'll be retiring in a year. So we're helping her prepare for that transition. And that's a really important thing to think about. From those answers, we know that for Jay, a second job won't work. Passive income is his goal, and he's got a little time to make all that happen. So that's kind of the best position for him to be in. So type the answer in the chat box if you think you already know what the next step is for Jay. Type in the chat box if you think you already know what the next step is. And if you don't, that's okay. So creating a product, maybe. Building a membership site, maybe. Writing an ebook, maybe. But really, I think the next step probably is this. The next step is figuring out how to get that $50 a day with subscribers. So if you have a system in place, the next step is to create a system that works for you. An average revenue formula online is $1 per subscriber per month. Now remember, we're not trading time for dollars. So if you have subscribers, we want to make sure that you can figure out a way to make that $50 a day with your subscribers. If you don't have subscribers, guess what? You have to get them. So how many subscribers do you have to earn $50 per day if you're getting $1 per month per subscribers? How many subscribers do you have to have? This is people on your list if each one is worth $1. It's a little bit of math here, but this is an important formula for you to keep in mind. So just do a little calculation. How many subscribers do you have to earn $50 per day at $1 per subscribers? That's right, 1,500. Jay has no list. So what has he got to do next? If you have less than 1,500 subscribers, your first action is to get those subscribers. Focus on list building. And then the second step easily follows, because then you start figuring out how to make that $1 per day per subscriber. Now, that is an average. You might end up doing a lot more. You might end up doing less. You might, one of our favorite people that help in the M.A.M.S community, one of our favorite instructors in the M.A.M.S community made $100,000 in her first year with 651 subscribers. Now think about that. That's a lot more than $1 per subscriber per day. So she was doing a ton more than that. And you might too, but an average is $1. So what Jay needs to do is start building his list. Simple math. That's all business is. Math times system equals revenue. Math times system equals revenue. So understand your numbers, have a system in place to drive revenue consistently, and those two allow you to have a predictable income. And that's what you're after, a predictable $50 a day to get $1,500 a month, which is $18,000 a year. And once you get $1,500 a month, why not get $3,000 and double your income? That's the way the math works. Once you understand the math, then it becomes a math problem. That's all. How do I get more subscribers and increase my dollars per subscribers, my lifetime value of my customers? That's the key. Understanding the online business is a math problem solved by this simple formula is the key to success. And then you can adjust your formula to actually maximize your results. That's the secret to wealth. That's what everybody does. That's what Warren Buffett's done. That's what Bill Gates has done. That's what your favorite online marketer has done. They understand the math. So to change your mindset, remember, we talked about your mindset earlier. It's important to get clear on your goals, to break them into executable actions, to create a system to measure progress and to adjust. Now, notice I did not say that you need to go out and change your mindset so that you no longer think about a 2-week paycheck. Because if your goal is $50 a day, you've got clear, actionable, executable task that you need to complete, and you create a system to measure the progress of those goals, and you're adjusting along the way. It's going to be a lot quicker for you to change any sabotaging thoughts that you have in your brain, because you're going to see results. Nothing changes us faster than results. That's what we want, is results, always. So first, the mindset change must allow prosperity. Then the next two keys work together to achieve your goals. So let's jump into those. Consistent systems, key number 2. We talked about systems a little bit. One of the main reasons that people fail is that they don't have a system to follow, and they don't consistently analyze the results. We've already seen how important systems are to achieving your financial goals. So pay very close attention. Systems tell us what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. This is one of the places where I think we really excel, is in understanding our systems and having good numbers to analyze. And Jennifer is on here, and she does a great job with that analyzing and the analytics and driving our decisions and our adjustments. This means you always need to start measuring from the beginning. Otherwise, you'll never know how to improve something or know whether something is working or not. For example, do you have a system in place to look at your numbers every day to stay on track? Are you getting numbers every day? Do you know how many email clicks you get each day? And do you know if that email is resulting in, which emails are resulting in the most clicks? That's an important thing to understand. How many of those clicks result in sales? The way email works is you send an email, you get opens, and you get clicks, and you get sales. It happens in that order. If you get more opens, you can get more clicks. If you can get more clicks, you can get more sales. So you know that you have to make some adjustments along the way. So you can spend a lot of money on a lot of expensive tools that create a lot of overwhelming data. We've done that. or you can get what you need when you need it with simple tools. And we're now doing that. I'll show you how in just a few minutes. To be consistent, act on those results and do not give up quickly. That's really important. We all want instant gratification, but if you consistently use your systems and eliminate what doesn't work while focusing on doing more of what does, you set yourself up nicely for life. All it takes is the right instruction and a little patience. So here's how. Find a proven roadmap to follow. That's key number 3. Now, any good roadmap should only include fundamental elements in the right order, such as 1, get focused. Make up your mind on what you truly want. You may need to take some time and write this down. Find a quiet place to do this, because this is really, really important. We have a program called Camp Clarity that really helps people identify what they need to get clear on and place their focus, where to place their focus. 2, step 2 is to commit. Decide that you're going to stick this out until you see the results you want. Don't quit, don't give up. You need encouragement from a support system, a support team, a support group to do that. That is really important. Once you make the commitment, you can lose the commitment if you don't have that support in place. Acquire information. Don't watch TV or play video games all day. Spend the time researching and reading and understanding the stuff that you need to do to build your business online. That's the training that you got to do. Focus on the training. And step number 4 is to take action. It's not just enough to get information, but you must act on that. You have to have some accountability. You have to have the ability to take action, follow step-by-step processes. So that's 1, get focused. 2, commit. 3, acquire information. 4, take action. So here's a pro tip. Success is often built on doing the simple, fundamental task well with consistent, focused action. Here's a bonus key. Number 4, accelerate where you can. Now we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but first let me give you a secret about succeeding online. It's not difficult at all. It can be tedious. In some cases it can be really tedious, and we can lose our way. And this is one thing that stops many people, and it is they chase after shiny object after shiny object, only to end up frustrated and another year drops off the calendar. I bet none of you can relate to that, right? You don't go out there buying stuff and chasing the next bright shiny object thing. Is that correct? Even still, after they do this, after people do this, they're no closer to reaching their goals or realizing their dreams. So this was a big thing for me. It was a real problem. We're all susceptible to this, and it's deadly. It's called bright shiny object syndrome, and it really is an online marketing problem. So remember my beautiful wife, who I love to travel with. I almost lost her early in my career because of my BSO affliction. I should probably call that addiction, my BSO addiction. I spent $22,000 on small training products before I made a nickel online, and she wasn't happy about it. And I understand that. The problem was I didn't want to invest in a real system because I thought I could figure it out all on my own. And I was so wrong with this. I beg you, don't make the mistake that I did. You can try and figure it out on your own, and you might find some of the information you'll need to do that. But even if you did, it doesn't mean you know how to put the information in the correct sequence. It's kind of like having the combination numbers to unlock the gold in Fort Knox without knowing the correct order of the numbers. All the gold is behind the wall, but you can't get to it. So your life will never really change. And if you've been trying to do this for years and you still haven't reached your goals, then something is definitely wrong. But I'm here to tell you that you can get that gold and a lot more if you know the correct steps to take. You just need a proven plan and system. If you want to make this online thing work, you'll have to put in the effort in the right place. It's that simple. Notice I said simple, not easy. So let me ask you, would you like to finally find how to succeed online without all the nonsense and the noise that's involved? That's what I thought. I'm seeing some yeses in here. This is great. This is great. Listen, let me tell you something. It's not about the money. It's about what the money will do for you. I alluded to that earlier, such as saving for retirement, paying for kids, college, travel, and seeing the world, etc. So what you need to do is convert your goals into what it can do for you, your financial goals into what it can do for you, because it makes you more of a holistic person. But you know that already. We've talked about that a little bit. Changing what you've been doing is absolutely required. Otherwise, you'll never realize your dreams. So what does it take to achieve your dreams? It takes money. I just said it's not all about the money, but it takes money. You don't have to have all the money you need for your dreams and desires, but what you've been doing hasn't been working. So would you like to follow a consistent and simple process to get the income you need and to be able to do all the things you want? If you're ready, I'll show you what's worked for hundreds of our students. And I'm not going to make you type yes because you just did type yes. I know you're interested. So remember that acceleration bonus, accelerate where you can. Getting started is the right way. It's really important. In the right way is really important. Leveraging what you learn from others to move faster is really important. So let me tell you about two people who have done this with us. That's Kathy and Melanie. Both are Insiders Club members. Kathy is a prolific content creator. She's a writer with several books, but she had very little income. And she didn't require a lot of income, but she was always struggling. And she had just a little bit coming in. When we saw what she was doing each week for a handful of students, though, we were amazed. She was putting in so much good work and producing so much high quality content, she just wasn't getting the message out to her people. So with one little tweak and a hold your feet to the fire accountability following our lead, she sent 2 emails on one weekend to her small list of 158 people and generated more than $10,000 in recurring income. That's a lot more than $1 per subscriber per month. Now, is that interesting to you? She does a lot of work, but with one little tweak, we were able to help her see a $10,000 a month recurring income. I'm sorry, not a month, $10,000 in recurring income from this 158 people. And that was a relatively low-end product that she had a huge audience, a huge dedicated audience of this 158 people. That's not a huge audience. They were hugely dedicated. They loved her. She had a great relationship with them, and that's why we could do this with her. So that was the important part of this, generating recurring income. And that really has set her on her path. Melanie is a service provider. She was a time for dollars person. And she wanted to build a new business, and she wanted this business to be more about recurring income. But she wanted to start from scratch, do something completely different. So instead of creating a new business, we helped her create monthly packages with the current services she was already offering. Within 3 months, she went from 0 recurring to $52,000 recurring annually with 19 people on her list. 19 people on her list. That is pretty awesome. So we were excited to help Melanie do that. Now, they're not alone. We've helped a lot of people get started building their businesses. We've got Amy Bear here, who before the Insiders Club, I was questioning whether this was just the wrong road for me, she said. But now I wake up in the morning and I'm excited. I think, cool, I have a direction and this can work. And I have a support system in M.A.M.S. Kat Sturtz says, I started getting results immediately after joining M.A.M.S Insiders because I flipped the most important switch within myself and made a real commitment. Remember, we had those 4 steps. She did a couple of them right there, and I'm much more confident in what I do. That's really important to get to that spot so you believe in what you're doing. And one of my favorites is Tamika Shelton. Tamika said, my progress has been fast, starting something from scratch and trying to build up to where I am right now. The quantifiable results are more about understanding than money because I knew nothing. Now I know a whole lot. And that's true. Tamika started with a website that somebody built for her that was really not the right thing, not the right platform, and she had to start over from scratch. And she is doing a great job now. And she's beginning to get some members into her online membership program. And she's really excited about this, and we're happy to help with that. So we've discussed the keys to building a sustainable business online today, starting with why most people fail and how to avoid that fate. The keys were mindset, adjusting your thoughts with practical clarity to achieve your goals, consistent systems, using processes and tools to do the work, once and get paid forever, following a proven roadmap, using the right sequences based on your experience level, and accelerating where you can, getting help identifying the low-hanging fruit to make more money like Kathy and Melanie did, and scale fast. So what have we learned in the 10 years of NAMS? We've learned keep it simple. Every time we get into trouble, not successful with a product launch or whatever it is, we go back and look at it and we ignored the fundamentals some way. We have to be focused on the fundamentals. Keep it simple. Use a lead system is what we've done. We have created our own system called the lead system. We have narrowed everything down that we have done over the last 10 years into what we call the lead system. That is L equals list building, E equals email marketing, A equals affiliate marketing, D equals doing or taking action. That's the lead system. With list building, I think I've kind of proven to you already, this is a primary job in online business. Everything you do should be geared toward list building, one of 4 types of list: prospects, buyers, best customers, and affiliates and partners. Your list is your primary asset in your business. Now we go into all of these and talk about how to do more in each one of these in our system. Email marketing. How often would you talk to your best friend? That's how often you should be communicating with the people on your list, because you want them to become your best friends. You're building relationships. Email marketing is about profitable relationships with your community. And email gives businesses the highest ROI of any marketing activity. That's why everyone uses it. But it's also why your inbox is overflowing with emails today. If you focus on relationship building with your community, they want to hear from you because they know, like, and trust you. So affiliate marketing is A. Instead of being turned off by selling, what if you approached it as if you were doing a service? You were providing a service to your community. That's actually what you're doing, because solutions to problems that are relevant to your community is a real service. You're helping people avoid pain. You're helping people not have to go out there and find what they're looking for on their own. You can make a recommendation. We all love recommendations and referrals. So it's very, very helpful when those come in. So affiliate marketing is a lot more than what many people think it is. It is a very good process for adding additional income into your business. Ours, we do about 50 to 60% of our entire revenue is affiliate marketing. And that helps you diversify a ton. So that's really important. For example, if you're a gardener and you found an awesome tool that plucked only the weeds from your peas, would you hold that information? No, you'd tell your community. You use an affiliate link. And now you're getting a small cut for telling people. Essentially, that's affiliate marketing, getting paid to refer things. You refer things that are relevant. You do it with integrity. You do it with the idea of providing a solution to a problem. And affiliate marketing is a great way to build extra income. Notice we did not say anything here about building your own products. You will eventually want to build your own products, maybe. But you're going to do it after you learn how to be a great marketer, a great salesperson, somebody who has something that you can create and build in a market that you have to do the research in. So D is doing. Einstein said, nothing happens until something moves. I love that quote. That's what doing is, moving something in the direction you want to go. Then, and only then, can you expect something to happen. If you're not making enough money to live your dream, then chances are you're not doing the right things in the right order. Productivity, taking action, the right action, is the key to success. You can know everything, but if you don't take action, implementing, nothing happens. Remember that, nothing happens. It's all about the action. That's why you need guidance from people who know the correct sequence of actions to take. That's the roadmap that we talked about. So if you want to know more about taking action in the right sequence, type yes in the chat box. We are coming to it in the next slide. So type yes in the chat box. I want to make sure we're still here. You're still wanting to see and hear more about this system. And there you go. I'm seeing some yeses here. That's excellent. Excellent. To be successful in any business, from a sole proprietor to the largest corporation, there are 3 areas that must be mastered and supported. They are team, training, and tools. And with that, we're going to show you an online business community that focuses on all 3 of these. So Because you're on this call, you're getting an exclusive invite to become a part of the MyNAMS family. Now, what is that? That's a one-stop shop for all the top-notch training tools, checklists, templates, courses, and everything else you'll need to succeed online. Plus, inside you get access to weekly live mastermind sessions. We completed one today, where we reviewed websites, we reviewed processes, we reviewed content, and we talked about how to help people make more money. We answered questions, we let people talk. It's a live weekly mastermind. And we also do step-by-step training. We do expert interviews. We have software, marketing software that helps you build out your online business in an even better way. We've got more and more in our system all the time to help you build a better business. That's our goal, to help you achieve true sustainable income and a life of freedom by providing nearly everything you need in one place. So why did I build MyNAMS? It's the resource I wish I'd had when I started my business. It's a library for our community to find solutions to any fundamental issue without searching the internet. This is your home. We don't want you to have to go anywhere else to find an answer. You come to us and find the answer that we've gotten for you, that we've created for you. And I'm going to show you, you're going to be amazed in a second with all of the material that we have for you. You only use what you need when you need it. The other reason I really built NAMS, the MyNAMS system, was I wanted a community of like-minded entrepreneurs willing to share their expertise freely, and I wanted people who had a huge heart that wanted to do the right thing for each other and support each other. So you get personal access. Our team, Jennifer and I, and our support team and the peers in that group take you by the hand and show you how to finally break through the wall and build an online business that pays out like clockwork. Do the work once, get paid forever. If I were to show you everything you'll receive when you get started today with the Insiders Club, we'd be here for a couple hours. So I break this down into 6 groups. Now, I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. Do not be overwhelmed. Remember, this is a resource like a library. No one is expected to take all this training or use all these tools at once, but they are here when you need them, and we help you understand them as you go. So these 6 areas are in the MyNAMS Club, Insiders Club, is the self-paced learning library, the MyNAMS Mastery Series, the MyNAMS Marketing Tools Suite, the Insiders Club Exclusive Weekly Mastermind, the Insiders Club Expert Corner Interviews, and the NAMS Business Essentials Library. So let's look at some of these. The self-paced learning library is over, I think it's about 35 or 40 courses at this point on specific topics where you can actually go through these one at a time. They are video or text. Most of them are video, where you can go through these and actually do step-by-step training along the way as you need them. So for example, if you want to know how to create a buyer's list, there's a course for that right here with low-cost items. This is one of the techniques that we love to do, how to create a buyer's list. If you want to know how to create an opt-in funnel, getting more people on your list, you do that with this course here. If you want to know how to create passive income, we've got a course on that here. If you want to know about how to understand, I talked about it a little bit earlier, understand what your purpose is and what your goal is, Camp Clarity is the course for you. And that is all of these are 4 to 6 to 10 modules, and you can jump in these and get started. You see all the different topics here that we have, and there are even more than this. So this is a great start with your self-paced learning library so that you can really get started when you need to get started on what you need to get started with. And we're going to help you understand what you need to do next. So 40 self-paced training courses, get answers to specific issues when you need them. And so if you're stuck on building an opt-in funnel, I've gone through that a little bit, don't understand conversions, there's a course for that. If you're lost when people talk about funnels, we've got a course for that. If you need help when getting more traffic, there's a course for that. With dozens of topics, you'll find a course to walk you through the processes to move to the next level at your fingertips whenever you need it. Now, remember, we talked about the roadmap. The reason this is important is because the roadmap that you have is different from somebody else's roadmap. And if you're just starting out, you're going to want to learn about WordPress, you're going to want to learn about opt-in creation, you're going to want to learn about affiliate marketing. If you have a bunch of products already and you want to increase your sales, you're probably going to want to learn more about conversion, traffic, those kind of things, social marketing. And that's going to be a little bit more down the road. But it is that person's roadmap, and your roadmap may be a little different. So we want to make sure you understand how these fit into your roadmap. The total value of this self-paced learning library is $21.47. We sell those individually, and that's what we sell them for. Now, we're not done yet. So we have also the M.A.M.S Mastery Series. Now, the M.A.M.S Mastery Series really takes us into what we believe are the key business areas that we have to master to be successful online. And those are like affiliate marketing, business operations, email marketing, list building essentials, outsourcing, content creation, publishing, and there's 12 of them there. Because after mastering a fundamental concept, you'll have understood and implemented it in your business. It's a 30-day process or a 4-week process that you can go through. You can go through these anytime you want to. We have them scheduled monthly each year, but you can go through affiliate marketing, email marketing, product creation, business operations, list building essentials, social marketing, content creation, outsourcing solutions, traffic mastery, easy publishing, passive income, and video marketing. You can go through all of these at your leisure, just so that you will be able to really master that specific topic. Total value of the Mastery Series is $35.64. Not done yet. This is the M.A.M.S Marketing Tools Suite. Now, this is software that we have created or licensed. This one, the Beaver Builder, Page Builder, is one that we've licensed so that you can have what we use to build our websites with, and so that we can all train on the same, if you're using that, so that we can all train and help you build pages that are beautiful and fast. We give you the Beaver Builder system, and we also give you the Beaver add-ons and the ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder, which are 2 massive template and module programs to really make things work a lot faster. But in addition to that, we give you these pieces of software at the top, a click tracker, which helps you track your traffic and track your affiliate links and track all of the links that you use. It's really simple, easy to use. People love this because it saves you a lot of trouble. Video management system, we give you a video management system that is a marketing tool on steroids. We give you a simple auto webinar system and a countdown creator, which gives you some scarcity that you add countdown timers and product management, so that when a timer ends on an offer, you can kick that page over to another page saying that it's closed. So you can always build scarcity and real closure into your offers. And then we have a quiz engine. The quiz engine is great for helping people build more interaction with prospects to get them into your system. So the quiz engine is awesome for getting people on your list as well. Then we have monthly PLR content and royalty-free graphics and audio. Our tools are for marketers, built by marketers to perform specific marketing tasks to help you make more sales. Now, I've gone through some of these, so I'm not going to go through this part, but you can see that we focus a lot on helping you with the technology because we want you to have more sales, more profit. That's what you should be expecting from these tools and any tool that you purchase. And we want to make sure that you get that. The total value of the MyNAMS Marketing Tool Suite is $14.97. Not done yet. Now then we look at the Insiders Club exclusive weekly mastermind. I told you about this already. We love this, but you do get access to the archive as well. So you can go into all of those masterminds that we've done over the last year and find solutions to answers to solutions, answers to problems that you have been struggling with over a period of time. We dig into these in some pretty deep ways based on the questions and answers that people are looking for. You get personal access to this, so you can ask us to review your sites or your processes as well. So partners that we deal with, JV partners and some of our instructors believe that this should be $500 a month or more. So we're valuing this at $6,000, the weekly live mastermind. By the way, we've paid for a mastermind that met 4 times a year and we paid $10,000 for that one. And I have actually been in another one that I paid $25,000 for. So this is a real bargain for you. Then we had the MyNAMS Insiders Club expert interviews, $7,500 value. These are not items that we sell. These are specifically for the insiders, and it's really like going to people who are specifically good at their topic, and they reveal information they don't reveal to anybody else. Like Alex Mandossian, Alan Cutts, Armin Morin, Greg Caesar, Jim Edwards, Joel Comm. These are all friends. I know these people after years and years of being online, and we do these expert interviews on a regular basis. So you can jump in here and start taking advantage of the ones that we have here. Trying to get just 1 hour of time from these folks could cost you anywhere from $500 to $1,000. So with 12 hours of training alone, this is you'd be investing $6,000 to $12,000. That's why we said 7,500 bucks on this. But there's one more module, and that's the Business Essentials Library. In this one, we really are looking at the download tools, the download processes, checklists, templates that every efficient marketer needs to make more money fast. So blank screens can be really difficult. We don't want anybody to start with a blank screen. So these business essential kits are starters. For example, if you don't know how to create a funnel, we give you profitable funnel templates so that you can start and you modify them. You don't know how to research a profitable niche, we give you a checklist and instructions on digging deeper to find the money in a niche. And if you don't find the money in the niche, you need to back off. The point of the Business Essentials is to save you time, to get more leads, make more sales, and drive more traffic every day. So the total value of the Business Essentials library is $567. Still not done yet. I wanted to say something about our support. Jennifer is in the support every day. We have a support team as well there. So we try to make sure that we respond as fast as possible, usually within minutes, to people when they have questions or issues. We want you to succeed. That's a really important function that we put in front of the entire team, is your success. Because if we don't succeed, if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. It's really important that we get results for you. The best way for me to do that is to be in your corner all the time, available and in the Insiders Club Facebook group every single step of the way. So we have a team of people waiting to help you in the support desk as well. So it's everything you need. Most courses and training only deliver a few pieces of the puzzle, whereas the MyNAMS Insiders Club delivers everything you need all in one place. This way I can help as many people as possible. That was my dream, remember? Get on the right path to achieving their dreams quickly and without all the stress it took me to learn all of this. So I have a vision for you. Remember, this is all about what the money will do for you. Life's too short to spend it on not living. So would it be worth it to make a small investment so you can live the life you know you deep down want in your heart? So would it be worth it for a small investment? And you're going to be really surprised at what that small investment is. So you absolutely must join me if you are interested. 100% invested in succeeding, and that's why we're doing this today. Here's what you're getting. Self-paced learning courses, $2147. The MyNAMS Mastery Series, $3564. The MyNAMS Software and Tools Suite, $1497. The Insiders Club Weekly Mastermind, $6,000. The Insiders Club Expert Corner Interviews, $7,500. The MyNAMS Essential Business Library, $567. The total value of that is $21,275 if you bought all that stuff separately. But you're getting in for an annual membership of $197. I think this is the best deal on the planet. Our people tell us this is the best deal on the planet. That is a payment, $197 annual membership, one time a year annual membership. Go to nams.ws/MNIC to see what we've got there. nams.ws/MNIC. Now I'm going to go over there quickly for just a second and show you the page that you're going to go to. So give me just one moment because I want you to see, where is this? Come on. I'm going to end this right here, pop up here. Okay, so you should be seeing the page now. And when you come to this page, it's a long sales page, and we've talked about most of this already today. You'll see a demo if you want to watch the demo there and everything that you get. But you come to the sales page and you're going to see one-time annual is $197. But you do have the option here of doing a monthly at $29.99 a month. Still an awesome deal. But if you really want to take advantage of the discount, go for the $197. You'll want to make sure that you jump in there on $197. Okay, jump in there, grab that today. This is really, really important for you to get started right now with this option to get in the Insiders Club. The Insiders Club is a lot more than just a training center. It is the team, tools, and training that we talked about. The team is incredibly important. It's a place where people get so much support left and right in there for everything that you're doing in your business, but also in your life. If you have some issues going on in your life, you're going to find a real support team there. You're also going to find people who are really rooting for you, so they're going to help you with your accountability, and they're going to help you make sure that you are doing what you need to do. It's going to be the NAMS team, me, Jennifer, and our support staff, and it's also going to be the people in the Insiders Club that are going to help you with the things that they figured out that work for them. So when you come over to this page, you just make your choice of the annual or the monthly, and you can jump in right now and get started right away. Now, let's go back over here because I want to tell you a quick story with what this has meant to me. So remember this picture I showed you. This is me, my dad, my mom, and my wife. This picture was taken 5 years ago, Christmas, 5.5 years ago, Christmas. That's my dad. My dad is just like the older he gets, the more of a hero he is to me. You know, while you're over there at the cart, I want to tell you what the dreams part of this whole thing has been for me, because my dream has really changed. My dad was 85 in this picture. And the older he got, the more I relied on him for, you know, just centering and his wisdom and all of that. I talked to him frequently, and I went to visit frequently. He worked incredibly hard. Like I said, he was 45 years with the company that he retired from, but he always found time for 5 kids and their families and his 6 brothers and my mom's family. He was bright, generous, happy, involved in his church quite a bit. And this picture was taken a few months before he had an accident. He was playing golf on Thursday, September the 18th, 2014. On Friday, the following day, he fell and broke his hip. So he went in the hospital, and they couldn't do surgery until Monday at 5 p.m. And I got down to Florida on Saturday to be with my mother and my dad there. They dosed him up really well with the general anesthetic before he went in to have his surgery on Monday afternoon. And they wheeled him into the operating room. And about the same time they did that, the surgeon called and said that he wasn't going to be able to make it because he'd been called into an emergency surgery. So they wheeled my dad out under general anesthetic and brought him back to his room. And then, you know, brought him out of the anesthetic over that night. But then Tuesday morning, they rolled him back in, and he had another general anesthetic on Tuesday morning. The hip repair was fine. He came through that surgery with flying colors. But when he came out of surgery, the heavy anesthetics triggered dementia. And he has not known me, my siblings, my daughter, my sons, barely knows my mother, and he can't do anything for himself. And that's been 5 years. So because of my business, I've been able to go visit them 12 hours away. They live in Central Florida, and I live in North Alabama, every 4 to 6 weeks over this period. And my other siblings visit as much as they can, but they have traditional jobs, so they can't get there as much as I can. And I can be there to help my mother do things and get things done, and, you know, take care of paperwork and work around the house a little bit. You know, and because we have some passive income coming in, that works great for me. But if I need to be on the computer, I have a business that allows me to work from anywhere. There's an internet connection, so that's great. Now, my mother has watched the love of her life go away after almost 70 years of marriage. She says now that this is it's been 5 years since they've lived. She actually says it's been 5 years since we stopped living. And it's really hard because she's solely devoted to him and she takes care of him. So I get down there as much as I can. He just had his 90th birthday. He didn't know he had his 90th birthday, but he's still my dad. We love him. I love him. And I thank God every day that I have this kind of business that allows me to be down there for him, my mother, my kids, my sisters, my brothers, my wife, and her 97-year-old mother as well. So this is the freedom and flexibility that is so important to me. And it's so important to me to sustain this business so that we can do more of this for our family. Now, a few years ago, I was just like you. I was starting from scratch. In fact, I had zero, probably less than zero, because I was still paying off that $256,000 in debt. But because I was committed, because I made up my mind, because I got the information, because I took action, and because I followed that proven roadmap, I was able to build something that really helped me create the business and fulfill my dreams. Now, my dreams have changed. My dream today is to be there for my mother and dad, my daughter and my sons, and my son-in-law, and my wife and her family, my grandkids. Whenever they need me, I want to be able to say yes. I don't want to say no because I can't afford it. I can't get away from my job. I'm living that dream today. It's not about the Lamborghini. It's not about traveling the world. It's not about taking a 6-month hike on the Appalachian Trail. I used to want to do those things. But today, it's really more important for me to live this dream, to be there while I can. And that has been so helpful, not just to me, but to people around me. So if you want to be able to do the kind of things that you want for your business and for your life, we want you in the Insiders Club. Go to NAMS.ws/MNIC and you will join the NAMS Insiders Club team. We have about 600 people in there right now. And this is a group picture of some of them at one of our workshops. So please, we want to see you in there. Now, if you remember, you're going to get the self-paced learning courses, the NAMS Mastery Series, the software tools and suite, the Insiders Club Weekly Mastermind, the Insiders Club Expert Corner interviews, and the Business Essential Library. All of that was worth $21,000. You're going to get that for $197 annual. It's a one payment a year, $197, and you're going to get that on the annual. You can do the monthly as well when you get to that page for $29.99. So jump over there at nams.ws/MNIC. And I'm sure Jennifer's putting that link in the chat box for you if she hasn't already. So make sure you jump in there. Remember, you're getting these 40 self-paced training courses that fit into your training library, and you get the answers to these specific issues when you need them. You're getting you're mastering these fundamental concepts with the Mastery Series. You're getting the marketing tools, software. You're getting the Insiders Club exclusive weekly mastermind, the expert interviews, and the Business Essential Library. $197 nams.ws/MNIC. That stands for MyNAMS Insiders Club, MNIC. Okay. Now, in addition, you're getting these things, which we haven't talked about, but they're components that we're adding to the Insiders Club as a bonus. This is the Profit Planners monthly membership, the 6-figure monthly momentum circle, the NAMS Tweet Composer, which is another tool that we give you to automate your tweet post on Twitter, the NAMS hashtag research tool to help you create hashtags that you use when you're doing Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, the NAMS assessment, which helps you figure out where you are and what you need to do for your business, and the business readiness assessment, where you are with your assets and your expertise. And then we give you the access to the Insiders Club archive and the Insiders Club Facebook group. That bonus is $28.20. Add that to the other elements that you're getting, the other sections that you're getting, bringing the total to $24,095, $197 annually. Go to nams.ws/MNIC or the $29.99 a month. You get access to all of this immediately. We want to make sure that you're in there as soon as possible. So let's see, do we have any questions here? Let's jump in. If you need the link, it's right here, mams.ws/NNIC. And now's the time to ask any questions along the way. Let's see, Judy says she wants to launch her course. Tom says he wants to do CPA marketing. That's good, cost per action. That is basically getting leads and sending leads to people who will pay you to bring them leads. Yeah, so let's see. Great. So I've been pretty thorough in this, and the only questions I think you're going to have is when can you do this, and how long is this available, and what kind of experience, what kind of results and excitement will you get from this? So let's see. What is it that's really going to drive your success here? What is it that's really going to drive your success? It's really the 4 elements that we talked about earlier, the 4 steps that we talked about earlier. You know, making a decision, making a commitment is really, really important. You have to make the commitment and you have to be focused. Those 2 things are incredibly important. And then you have to get the information, you have to get the training, and then you have to get the team in place who's going to help you, the support that's going to drive you forward all the way. That's what we've given you in this. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and that it's really working for you. So if you're jumping into the Insiders Club, we will welcome you with open arms, and please do. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.